Hello and welcome to Liberate Your Life podcast, a place where we come together and explore Ayurvedic wisdom, holistic healing, and spirituality, empowering individuals to explore their true nature and transform their life. I'm your host, Melinda Reese, Ayurvedic practitioner, Panchakarma specialist, and founder of Tahoe Ayurveda. And I am here to help you transform your life. Welcome to episode 18, Meditation, the Power of Awareness. In this episode, I explore the power of awareness through meditation, why we meditate, and different practices that are used to really establish a daily practice of meditation. What is meditation and why do we meditate? Meditation is a very old practice throughout so many traditions, spiritual communities, organized religion. People, humans have taken the time to sit and be still through meditation. Meditation offers a direct experience to the ground of being. And what that means is this deeper state within us that is beyond our body and beyond our thoughts, where everything is calm and still and quiet and whole and peace, and there's nothing to gain or get or become. We just are. This is in the being, in the ground of being. So if you think about the ground, that's this like foundation of where we came from the roots, right? We're these beautiful plants that have blossomed through this extension of the body, but the roots is the essence of our being. And meditation really lets us have a direct experience of that. And having a direct experience of our being, of the ground of being, of that stillness and that peace that is there before we become who we are, after we become who we are, we get to really bring that quality through our everyday so that the daily practice of living becomes a meditative state. And so in meditation, we get to actually tune in to our inner being, to our inner world, and really take time out of tuning into the outer world and what that says and how that informs. And that's very stimulating, and we are an active participant in whichever way we have chosen. And so this time for deep stillness, deep reflection, self-awareness is just a time to connect and be still so that we can also have a direct experience of the thoughts, the mind, the thoughts in our mind that create the actions, the suffering, the happiness, the pain, and really to sit and witness an observation of what they are saying, and that you can really have this space where you can really begin to inform your experience and really know that those are just thoughts. And do we want to actually attach to those thoughts? Because thoughts are going to come in. You know, the mind is designed to think. It wants to know. It has positive thoughts, negative thoughts. It just keeps thinking and thinking and thinking. So when we can really just observe those thoughts, and we can sit in this deeper state of stillness and peace, we can really recognize that we're not our thoughts. And then when we are moving out in the world, not an actual intentional meditation and seated meditation and stillness, we still have that quality where we can go, oh, that's a thought. And we are not in the impulse or reaction of it. So then our experience, we can really take control of our life, really understand our mind, and that we can really know that we are not our mind and we are not that experience, and that we can really foster this deeper state of peace and inner freedom and happiness that is available always and already. And it doesn't cost anything. Meditation does not cost anything. You sit, you close your eyes, you connect within, and be still, be here now, really connect into this deeper quality, your essence that informs the entirety of your being. And you get to reclaim your power, control over your life, and really cultivate that peace so that it infiltrates into every thing that you experience and that you are. Because again, life is going to happen. It's going to be the whole spectrum of peace and chaos and everything in between, beauty and challenges and everything in between. And we don't have control over that, but we can cultivate this inner peace, this inner stillness through this meditation, through living meditation, through calm sweetness within our heart, within our body. And we're more designed to kind of clear out the toxins in our body through all the cleansing and the fad diets and exercise, and those are all great, but we also have a accumulation of toxins in our mind, and they create so many stories, and they really create disease and unhappiness and disharmony and a really aggravated state and a lot of suffering. So the meditation practice is available to really cultivate this inner peace and have a direct experience with your being, your beautiful, infinite, perfect being that is just so incredible and so infinite and eternal, and that we came here to be guests in this body, and yet the spiritual being lives on. And so can we understand that there's this bigger force, this bigger energy that is moving as us, through us? And so in meditation, it allows us to have a direct seat within our being and then moving out into the world from that space that's cultivated. Now, how to begin a meditation practice. So meditation is a practice, and anything that we have quote unquote become good at, we have taken time and intentional devotion and commitment to this practice to become great at something. So many times people try meditation and they sit and they're like, I can't do this. My mind, I think so many things, and they get aggravated and agitated. But it takes time to cultivate this practice, and meditation is not necessarily something we become good at, but we actually really take these different techniques and we work through these techniques, and then ultimately it's not about the techniques, and it's about actually this deep meditative state that we then connect into. And so meditation begins with a spiritual impulse, with a desire to want more peace, more freedom, more stillness, sleep better, less stress. We read about meditation from all different angles of why it's important. There's so many meditation apps and teachers and programs, and those are all amazing. And at the end of the day, it's like when we sit and we create a practice at home, a daily practice, we start to really open up that space and we start to really relax deeper into this terrain. And I like to describe it as our everyday human mind is like the top of the ocean, the waves. There's so much going on there from day to day. It's glassy, it's wavy, it's stormy. There's, living creatures that are jumping and playing. There's boats, there's people swimming, there's a lot going on. And then the meditation, that ground of being, is in the depths of the ocean. And when we go deeper and the mind takes time to unravel the chatter, we drop into those deeper ocean waters, and we just are able to look up and watch the light dance on the waves above, watch the movement. And that's the mind. Those are the thoughts that go on. But at that deep state in the ocean, where it is very still and it is very beautifully dark and very holding, and we can just really be in this calm state. And then we kind of go up through the levels of the water back up to the surface, and we attach onto a thought, and then we recognize that we're in the thought world, and then we get to release ourselves of that thought, and we get to dive back deep into the ocean waters. And so With that practice, it is important to have patience and commitment to sitting and offering yourself the opportunity to start to cultivate a meditative state. And in the beginning, the mind does want to think it's full and it's just unraveling, but it also hasn't had this time to cultivate the opportunity to be still. So, again, a meditation practice takes time to cultivate, takes commitment to be with, and with time, the experience will change and shift, and the mind will become more quiet, and the body will become more quiet, and you will dive deep into the waters of that ground of being and that stillness and that peace, and just sit in that essence, that frequency, and just let it wash over you. And it is so soothing, it is so quiet, it is so peaceful, it is so still. It is everything and nothing, and it is profound and an incredible practice. And so here are some guidelines around different meditation practices and how to set up to prepare for your daily meditation. So it's good to do it for at least 20 minutes. Again, when we give ourselves 5 minutes, that's great, it's beneficial, but it really takes time. It takes minutes upon minutes to really unwind and slow down and drop into that deep stillness. So 20 minutes, it would be amazing to do it in the morning and the evening. The morning really helps to create that tone and experience before you move out into the world. And then in the evening, that really helps to unwind from the day and really prepare for deep sleep and really have that beautiful balance of the light and the dark and the arising to a new day and then the letting go. And tomorrow, all those things will be there again, and you will have more presence and more capacity to really face those things. So a morning practice, an evening practice, at least 20 minutes. And it's good to set a timer so that the mind doesn't wonder what time it is, how many minutes have gone by, and that the devotion and the commitment is just there to sit and to practice this meditation. And Insight Timer is a great one you can do on your phone. It has beautiful gongs. It can also give you a certain amount of seconds to really get settled in and then go into meditation, and then it'll do a beautiful gong to really bring you out after 20 minutes. And then there are different meditation practices. We can have a concentration practice, which we concentrate on the breath or on a mantra, a sound. And what that offers is the mind is designed to think and to know. And so we give the mind something to concentrate on, something to focus on, so we're not thinking about all those other thoughts. And so we can really connect on the breath. Inhaling, you can count. Exhaling, you can release. You can focus on a mantra or a sound. You can do Om or Shanti or Hrim, or finding a sound that really resonates within your being that you can really replay. And you're not saying it, you're really just like replaying it in like the back of your mind, like the sound of it, and just focusing on that, right? So it's becomes really a focus, and then that becomes more and more subtle, and then that's when you start to really dive into that deeper state of stillness in the depths of that ocean water. And then a thought comes in, and to not judge the thought or to not push the thought away, but you can recognize it, and then let it go, like the passing clouds in the sky, right? So then just go back to the breath, go back to the mantra, you dive deep into that stillness and that peace. And if another thought captivates you, watch it pass, back to the breath, back to the mantra, and repeat. So those are the concentration practice. There's also mindfulness practices, noting to really track different sensations in the body, again, so that we're not off wondering what we're going to do the rest of the day or the rest of our life or with this situation. And when we create this meditation practice, it also just helps to naturally resolve issues and problems because we can see things more clearly. We're not living in this illusion and through the mind and through the chatter and through the suffering. And it really just allows things to flow with more ease and grace and gives us the opportunity to allow things to unfold more organically and with just more presence and awareness, and just letting life be life, and that we're more in the seat of witnessing and observing this wild miracle mystery that we are in, and that we're not trying to take control over the situation and really override everything through our mind and our thoughts, because our mind and our thoughts are really influenced by so many things: conditioning, beliefs, stories, pain, suffering, parents, friends, in the past, and then that's informing this moment. So when we can really sit in meditation and cultivate that practice of self-awareness and stillness and peace within our system, then that really gets to allow us to see what story, what's belief. Through our empowered self-awareness, we cultivate a life that is more fluid and full of soothing love through the heart, through the body, and awake consciousness that is alive within us all. But the practice of meditation, nobody is above the practice. And all the great teachers, they practice, they sit at their mat. We are human. We have our humanness, we have our human psychology and the ways in which the mind works. So again, a daily practice of sitting and connecting into the inner being, the inner world, and allowing the outer world. It will be there when you come out, but you will cultivate a different frequency and a different way of being with the outer world when the inner world shifts. So I invite you to really cultivate a daily meditation practice and watch and witness and experience how that transforms your entire life. Thank you for joining me with Liberate Your Life podcast. You can connect with me on Instagram at melindareese.co or head over to my website, melindareese.com, and sign up for your free discovery call and explore how Ayurveda and these beautiful practices can help transform your life.